Hey guys, hope you've been well. I know it's been a minute, a lot has happened. Today I actually plan to head out and record outside at the park, but as you may or may not be able to tell, the weather's pretty miserable and I was afraid of getting like rained on or whatever. So I thought I would just do this one from home today and just sort of address something that's happened to me recently. Anyway, let's get right into it. Obviously, you might be wondering if you've been following the channel, you know, where have you been with the running every day? Like, how's that going? I haven't been uploading shorts. In fact, I haven't really been uploading at all. There's a few reasons for this, and it feels especially bad just coming off the back of my last video where I was in a bit of a rut, mentally speaking. I just want to sort of preface this video with, this isn't sort of the video that I would normally put up. It's actually quite hard for me to talk about, but I thought to myself, for that very reason, it's probably a good idea that I do speak about it in hopes that it might be able to help someone else out there that might be going through something similar. So recently, in the past 3 weeks, I haven't been very healthy. In fact, I've gone through probably one of the worst sicknesses I've had in a very long time, and it's had some serious, I feel like, knock-on effects that have affected me even up until now. Even just sitting here and talking, or sitting at my computer before after I had some lunch, I was quite out of breath and everything like that. But a few days before my partner got back from China, I had a lung infection and I ended up having to take the whole week off work. That in itself is fine. You know, we all get sick, that's okay. But I feel like for me at the time, what ended up happening is this anxiety started building up from being away from work. I work, like I've said before, in quite a high pressure job. My performance is monitored quite heavily and I work in a sort of sales space. So being off work and having it be such a crucial time of the year, the beginning of the financial year, that anxiety started building up and I felt like I need to get better, I need to get back to work. Following that, my partner got back at the end of that first week. Hadn't seen her in nearly a month, so it was really great to see her and it really did pick up my spirits a lot, but I was still really unwell. We had to spend some time apart in our small apartment and she had to hide off in her room. Essentially what ended up happening was we didn't really spend too much time together because I didn't want her to get sick. During that second week, she got really unwell and had a bit of a health scare in which we had to take her to visit the hospital due to like shortness of breath and having pains in her chest, and we were quite worried that it would be something more serious. And yeah, she felt very anxious and we just knew that going to the hospital would be the best thing to do. Luckily, all her tests came back really good and she's perfectly fine. She's just obviously had COVID and is very sick and was just put under the weather very severely. But what happened that I want to talk about that was quite scary for me, even right now, thinking about it is quite a lot, and I feel anxious just even talking about it, if I'm being honest. Following my 2 weeks off, I could barely eat. I lost a lot of weight. I was really tired. I was sleeping whenever I could, but some nights I just couldn't sleep until early in the morning, like day would break and I would be awake. And this whole time, this anxiety was building from being away from work for so long and knowing just how much I had to do when I get back to work. I felt like I'd let the team down and just heaps of stuff. I was very anxious about coming back to work and having a chat with my boss. So it was just a lot building up. So it was Tuesday, I get to work, everything seems fine, get through the first few hours, make some phone calls, talk to a few people here and there, and everything seems to be going okay. And we get to about 12 o'clock and I'm sitting at my desk and I just feel this, something's not right, and this sharp pain in my chest, and it almost feels like my chest is tightening. My shortness of breath kicks in and I start being like, oh man, this isn't normal. I keep trying to calm myself down. I was just sitting at my desk like, it's fine, you're fine, and just take a deep breath, it's all good. But it wouldn't go away, and I started breaking out into a sweat at my desk. I'm at work, I don't want people to see me like this. And after everything, after being away for 2 weeks and returning to work and being in that way, I don't want people to see me like that, which didn't help the situation at all, by the way. And as I was walking over to the chair to go sit down, I just was feeling like I was gonna faint. I couldn't even stand, so I got down on my hands and knees and I like ripped off my suit jacket, just on my knees, freaking out. Like I thought I was having a heart attack or something. So I called my boss and I was like, hey, like, can you come over here? I need to talk to you. comes over, he sees me on the floor pretty much. Are you okay? Let's take you to a room. So he takes me to the room, and I'm just like absolutely freaking out. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can't breathe. I'm shaking. I'm sweating. My heart is tight. It was so scary, man. It was quite embarrassing as well, you know, to be in that state in front of colleagues and everything like that, and coming off being sick and just all these thoughts going through my head, like, what are people gonna think? That didn't help the situation. We were debating if we were gonna call the ambulance or like whatever we're gonna do. He said, hey, look, let's get a second opinion. And my other senior came in and just said, you know, like, help calm me down, and did these breathing techniques, you know, breathe in deep through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 seconds. I was in that room for like an hour and a half in total. And since then I've been away from work for the week, and I've had people from work messaging me like, are you okay? What's going on? And while I do appreciate it, I wasn't in a position to talk about it very openly, but since then I have talked to them about it. Essentially why I think it happened was, a big thing for me has been like lack of sleep, and I think it's really caught up to me recently in making content and being present in my personal life, being present at work, present in my relationships and in my hobbies and my passions. But I've been sleeping probably 4 to 5 hours a night for the past 2 years. Even running every day and stuff, I still don't sleep that much. I am a very big night owl. I'll be out on the couch here till like 12 at night. The stress and anxiety about work has been sort of culminating for a long time. There's no secret that in sales, like, it's a very high pressure job, especially in a larger business, and it has certainly been becoming a problem without me actually knowing it. And even YouTube and my goals and stuff like that, I've achieved a lot this year and I'm still really happy, but a lot of these things that I had set out for myself and these commitments that I had made, I had not kept. Some of that is my own fault, some of that is stuff outside of my control, but a lot of it has to do with not managing myself correctly, not managing my sleep, my schedule, not respecting like the needs my body has. Even just like having this anxiety or like rising anxiety thinking about the people on YouTube you haven't uploaded in a while. I wonder what they think of you. You know, they must think you're a joke, and people, part of my community, noticing that I'm not being active as I once was. And that might sound so stupid, but like all of these things combined just gave me like an overall sense of guilt and anxiety, and just feeling like I'm not doing what I said I would be doing. Yeah, it's just been really hard, man, like to face that. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I can't be the only one who's experienced this. I know that a lot of you guys and a lot of us out here are like trying to change our lives for the better, achieve our goals, and you know, whatever the case might be. But the truth is, it's not always smooth sailing. Moving forward now, I have reached out to my closest friends. I've spoken to my partner, and I've spoken to my boss and a few key people in my life, and just come clean to them and just said, man, I'm not myself at the moment. I really need some help. Bless them, they've all been extremely helpful. I have not moved away from my goals for YouTube, for showing up daily, for my personal life, but I definitely haven't been looking after myself. So I guess just to close things off, if you're out there and you're dealing with a lot of stress and you're trying to achieve things and it's not going your way and you're falling back on old habits and stuff like that, my advice to you would just be to talk to people. Don't shy away from seeking help, talking to people out there about what you're going through. Yeah, that would be my biggest advice to anyone who's watching this, my unsolicited advice. Again, this isn't something that I normally bring to YouTube because I feel like it's very personal and I don't want people to think I'm just trying to garner sympathy. I felt like this experience was quite scary for me. I just hope that I can help someone out there, and if you're feeling the same, then you're not alone. Moving forward though, I'm happy to say that I am feeling pretty good physically. I'm definitely getting better, and I also have another video coming out in a few days with another thing I've been exploring recently, and that little thing is God. Anyway, I'll talk about it in the next video, but that's coming in a few days. I'm really happy to be back and I'm very thankful, and I'm sorry to have it on a bit of a sad note today, but it is what it is. Your boy will bounce back, don't you worry. I plan on being very busy in a healthy way, of course, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. But until then, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, and if you see them struggling, help them out. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.